All right. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay. My name is Satyansh, and I'm a senior business advisor at Black Swan. Along with me, I have Miss Fiza today. Uh, Hi, Fiza. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, Satyansh. Thank you.
Great. All right. Thank you for joining, Fiza. So today, this is one of the most requested topic that we have got for the restaurant setup in UAE, and that is why for our audience we have made this webinar. And in terms of the restaurant setup, we'll discuss everything in detail. But for now, let me give a quick introduction about the company first, and then we will take this further. Okay. Great. So, as you know, my name is Satyansh, and I have Fiza with me, guys. We are from Black Swan Business Setup. So, Black Swan Business Setup is one of the leading business setup companies that is there in the industry. Okay, from past 8 years now. And in terms of the business that we are connecting you from, this is the head office we are connecting you from. This is based in Dubai, but we have four other branches. We have one branch in Oman in Muscat. We have other branch in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, and we have one more branch in London as well, and we have one more branch in Kolkata in India also. Okay, and in terms of the solutions that we provide, we have everything under one umbrella. So by one umbrella, I mean we are just not into company formation, but also into compliances. Now, compliances particularly means tax, accountancy, bookkeeping services, trademark, copyright, patents, different other PRO, HR services that you require post incorporation of the company. We can help you out with that. Okay, so we are a one-stop solution in terms of having your business setup in the Gulf, particularly. Now, this topic is very, very important and very interesting topic that we are going to consider today is about the restaurants. So I'll hand over it to Miss Fiza today, and she'll discuss in detail about the business requirements for restaurants. Yeah, Fiza, go ahead.
Hi, Satyansh. Thank you so much for the nice introduction. Let's dive right into the topic. So, as Satyansh mentioned, the topic for today is restaurant setup in UAE. So, specifically today, we are going to focus on Dubai because the compliances in each emirate is quite a bit different. So, let's start with Dubai in this webinar. So, as you all know, Dubai is one of the world's most dynamic food destinations as per the, surveys conducted. So, it is standing up amongst, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, New York as well. So, Dubai is leading in this business setup industry as well as the restaurant industry, right? It is
Absolutely.
attracting entrepreneurs and investors looking to launch restaurants and cafes, food ventures, from all over the world. So right now it is like a hub here in Dubai. Okay, so
Correct.
however, setting up a restaurant in Dubai, it requires careful planning as well. Like it's not just you have an idea and then you execute it. There is a lot of things to be considered, like the compliances, the regulations, and the most important part is the strategic execution. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Right.
let's just proceed. Like in this webinar, we will be guiding you through the essential steps to establish a restaurant in Dubai, and we will be covering the licensing part, the legal requirements, the strategic
Mhm.
location, and also, we will help you to give you a specific idea about the budgeting as well.
Great. All right. Yeah.
Satyansh, you have anything to say?
I think, yeah, see, having 200 plus nationalities that you mentioned in
Yeah.
being Dubai, one of the best place to start your business, or
Mm-hmm.
specifically a restaurant business. So advantage is that you have 200 plus nationalities in
Yes.
Dubai itself. So you get a
Mm-hmm.
lot of exposures in terms of having a lot of clientele here. And as you mentioned, Fiza, I think we all will agree that we need a proper planning to set up any business, not even a restaurant, but any business starting in the Gulf. We need proper planning, and then only we can execute it.
Exactly. So just to give you a retrospective study of the F&B industry in UAE, so we will proceed, with a factual basis like initially. So there was a survey conducted by international overnight visitors. Okay, so it shows that Dubai is, one of the leading cities right now in the world, which is, emerging in terms of the F&B business, right?
Correct.
The activity now, let's speak about the actual process, how to incorporate. This is the main point, so let's jump into it. So the activity details, like when you go to the Department of Economic Development, right, which is a licensing authority in UAE. So this authority, they will be issuing the FNB license for you, the restaurant and cafeteria license. So there are two parts to this. Okay, one will be a restaurant license, or you can opt for a cafeteria license. Okay, so the activity group is restaurants and coffee shops. The license type, it will be a professional license. Okay, so there are different license types as well, but restaurant comes under the category of a professional license. Then as we go into the activity description, so it includes restaurants equipped with suitable installations to prepare and serve food and snacks, as well as various beverages for immediate consumption by the public. So this is the exact description, okay, on the activity which is available for licensing. So this will be mentioned in your activity when you go to establish your company. So as for the cafeteria, the main difference here between the cafeteria and a restaurant, so that is the license type as well as professional. But in cafeteria, it includes cafeterias that sell snacks, juices, and beverages to public. So over here, you are not preparing any hot meal. Over here, you are not allowed to use any gas cylinders. So in a cafeteria, this is not permitted. Microwave is fine to some extent, but using actual gas, so this is not permitted, right? So
Understood.
next we go into the basic steps, okay, of incorporation. So step 1 is trade name reservation and trade name booking. So that is, you have to provide us with three trade names for your, the restaurant. Okay, and then out of these three names, the municipality, they will approve, they will check which name is available, which name is suitable, and then they will, give us a green light that these names are available. If none of the names are available, that means they are not, either not according to the standards of a UAE trade name, or they are already reserved. So these are the two basic reasons why trade names for restaurants are being denied by the municipality. So accordingly, you will have to submit us at least minimum of three names, so that the municipality, they will approve these names. Okay, so once your trade name is done, so next step is initial approval. So this is actually done together. It's a 1 to 2 day process. Okay, and it is actually done together. Initial approval is basically an approval for the investors, like for the shareholders who are in that license. So this is done basically like a part of due diligence.
Mhm.
So next step 2 is we obtain the initial approval, as I said, but we convert it with the initial approval and trade name. So step 3 is, once these things are done, then we require the shareholding percentage. Okay, we need to prepare an MOA, Memorandum of Association. So this is a basic incorporation process which is applicable also to the restaurants as well as other companies. But in restaurants, there is an approval from Dubai Municipality Food and Beverage Department. So
Mhm.
Satyansh, you can take over from here and you can explain the incorporation process for
Right.
me.
Right, Fiza. So just to summarize, so as I understood, Fiza, so there are
Mhm.
majorly, I think, restaurants and cafeteria segment that you can incorporate the business into. But apart
Right.
from that, can we also do a cloud kitchen in Dubai?
Okay, so yeah, this is one of the most requested questions. So, cloud kitchen, yes, it's possible, but there is no specific activity such as cloud kitchen. So, on your trade license, it will be either a restaurant or a cafe. But any specific activity stating it's a cloud kitchen, that is not possible. But there are, like, you can operate on a restaurant license, and you can go to an already established cloud kitchen, who will give you a unit for lease agreement, and then from there you can operate, you can do your home delivery services, whatever. But
Mhm.
there is no specific activity in the UAE called as cloud kitchen.
Understood. And also, I had one more question for you, Fiza.
Mhm.
So this restaurant setup can be done only in mainland, or this can be done in the free zone as well?
So it depends. Like there are some free zones which offer this activity, such as
Mhm.
DIFC, DMCC. So these free zones, they allow restaurant setup, but a lot of compliances, share capital deposit, these are required, and the cost of a restaurant setup in a free zone is comparatively higher than mainland. So that is
Right.
one reason. But yes, definitely there are some free zones, some designated free zones, which will allow you to incorporate a restaurant in Dubai.
Right. But I think for the local serving of the customers or the clients that the
Mhm.
restaurant owners will have, I think mainland will be a much better option to cater to
Exactly,
the
yes.
customer,
So that
right?
is the most feasible option. Mainland is the most feasible option for a
Mhm.
restaurant. But if a client prefers a specific area where mainland is not, authorizing license issuance authority, so in that area, if the client wants, then you can definitely go for a free zone, restaurant incorporation.
Got it. Got it. So just to understand, to summarize here, guys,
Mm-hmm.
we can have a restaurant or a cafeteria or a cloud kitchen license in Dubai, but on the in terms of the cloud kitchen, there is no specific activity which is mentioned on the license. You have to get a license of a restaurant or a cafeteria, and you can still run a cloud kitchen as well. And in terms of the overall setup, so as Fiza mentioned, so there are different processes that is involved to open a cafeteria or a restaurant in Dubai,
Yes.
or even if it is a cloud kitchen. So first
Mhm.
thing is, for the documents, the investor is going to provide us with their passport copy, both front and back, in a PDF format. Okay, and apart from that, they will also provide their photograph with the white background, a small passport size photograph. And apart from that, the investors will share three name options, which is called as trade name options for the restaurant or the cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
And once these documents are shared by the clients, we make their application ready and we submit in a ministry called DED, which is for the mainland, which is called as Dubai Economic Department, wherein they regulate onto the licenses. And once we submit these documents, the ministry checks the names and they approve one name out of the three options that is provided by the clients. So these name options are checked in Arabic. The investors can provide an English name option or a Arabic name options. But if they're providing English name options, it should have a meaning in Arabic, right? And in that manner, one name can be approved from the ministry. Once the name is approved, then I think the next step is to get the MOA done. Okay, so we make the MOA ready. MOA is memorandum of association, wherein we have all the shareholdings, the share capital, and everything mentioned in that document. So MOA is made in Arab English and is converted into Arabic. Once the MOA is made, then there is a signing in the court for the investors. So investors have to be physically present at the signing time. So it's just a 5 minutes of a process wherein the investors have to be present in the court in front of a judge, and they have to do a signing on the MOA. So once the signing is done, after that there is a payment voucher which is generated for the license. Once the payment voucher is generated, we actually get to know what is the exact amount for the licenses. The license ranges between 12,000 till 15,000 or 16,000. It usually comes in that particular range, and then we can pay for the license fees and we can get the license issued. But there is also an approval, as Fiza mentioned,
Mhm.
approval from the Dubai municipality, which is important to
Yes.
have. And once we get
Right.
the approval, we can go ahead, right, Fiza?
Yes, right. So now to come to the guidelines of a restaurant. Okay, so after you get your license, like actually before you get your license, you should finalize, where the space, whatever lease agreement you're going to sign. So this
Physical
area,
space.
this place, this restaurant space of yours. So this should also have to follow some guidelines, right? So that
Mhm.
will be, the area of the kitchen. It should be a minimum of 300 square feet, right? And it should be at least 40% of the total area of the place. Okay, so suppose you have, an area of 1000 square feet, right? So out of this, 40% should at least minimum be the kitchen area. Out of that, 60%, okay, as per this layout, the 60% should be the seating area or the serving area. So municipality, DET and Department of Economic Development, the Dubai municipality, there are different sections in Dubai municipality as well. So from this, the Department of Food and Safety Hygiene, this department, they will approve one layout, Okay, out of this, it should be according to the standards of approval for this space, right? So also there are some other rules as well, such as the wall, okay, wall, floor, and ceiling. These should be washable. It should not be like, non-washable. It should be washable and non-absorbent. It should be fireproof. It should be light colored. It should be non-toxic, and there should be no cracks in these, specific designated places. Also, the floor should be properly sloped for the drainage, right? The conjuncting concave for cleaning, it should be as per the standards of the municipality. Also, there should be adequate ventilation and lighting. So it should not be like a very dark space also. So all these things come under the consideration. Only then you will get the approval from Dubai municipality if everything is according to their standards. Then also there should be speaking in terms of restaurant, not a cafeteria. There should also be a freezer, for dry items like frozen items or chilled items. So there should also be
Mhm.
a freezer to make sure that the food is in the correct temperature and in the correct as like it should be like consumable, the food should be,
Understood.
right?
Yeah.
Then also the most important part, which most of the people don't know about opening a restaurant in Dubai, when you are going to that space, the washing facilities, it should be two sinks. There should be two sinks. One should be with cold water, one should be with hot water, and there should be also a deep sink for large pots. And then the most important part is there should be separate sinks for non-veg food and for veg food. So this is a very strict regulation here in Dubai. So only
Right.
if you are, coming under all of these approvals, only then you will be able to get an approval from Dubai municipality. So also
Hmm.
there are some additional, requirements as well, like single sink and preparation table for meat. Also the table for preparing the meat also should be a separate one. Then also stainless steel basin should be used for all these purposes,
Mhm.
right? So the rest of the requirements are the same, like stainless steel for different purposes. So stainless steel should be used, and then double sink, all of these things.
I think, yeah, I think, Faiza, this is one of the very good information that you have given for the
Right.
clients, because these are the very essential part of opening a restaurant. The guidelines has to be followed accordingly. And but I had one more question here, Fiza. So is it possible that I can get a license on a virtual office basis, not getting a physical office at first? Can I get the license first and then I can open a restaurant, or is it mandatory for me to get the physical space first and then I can get a license?
See, as per the Black Swan standards, like we do not offer virtual office, first of all, right?
Mhm.
Because there is, a specific reason why office space is mandatory for restaurants, right? So
Mhm.
it is, see, if getting a license for a restaurant without a space is no use, because you definitely need a space, right?
Mhm.
So it is possible, yes, because you can find vendors who are willing to sell you the layout for Dubai municipality, approved layouts. Okay, but it is mandatory, like the physical space, it is a mandatory requirement for a restaurant, right?
Understood.
And also
Understood.
regarding the Dubai municipality approval, so initially once the license is issued, until then the approval is not required. Approval is required only after license issuance. So after that there will be an inspection. So it goes like case to case basis. Maybe sometimes for additional due diligence they will ask the approval at the ministry, at the Department of Economic Development. So when you're going there for the initial approval, trade name, and then to proceed further with MOA, so over there at that time for additional due diligence they will ask for the approval from Dubai municipality. But most of the times the approval comes after license issuance.
Got it. So
Yes.
just to understand, so basically, physical space is mandatory because
Yes. It
then you
is.
will have to submit the layout accordingly. You have to make the layout and you have to
Exactly.
submit to the municipality for the approval also, right?
Exactly. So it is mandatory. So once the first step when it comes to the incorporation, first step is trade name initial approval. After this, the client has to mandatorily go to, find a space. Once he gets the rental agreement from that space, only then we can proceed further with the license issuance. Because without that, the MOA, the court signing, that will not happen. Voucher will not be issued.
Hmm. Correct. Correct. Understood, Fiza. Okay.
Yes.
So I have a few questions here, if I may.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, great. So, Fiza, just to ask you, what are the most popular restaurant concepts in Dubai right now?
Can you please repeat? I did not get that.
Okay, I was just asking, what are the
Mhm.
most popular restaurant concepts in Dubai right now? So, is it
Right.
related to the health
Mhm.
conscious, or
Yes,
cloud
yes,
kitchen are being famous, or fusion
yeah.
cuisine is famous?
So, yeah, so thanks for your question. So, right now, like as of my knowledge, fine dining experiences, these are in trend. Fine dining, like obviously it's Dubai, so everybody wants some luxurious thing, once in a while. So, fine dining is in trend right now. Okay,
Mhm.
also health conscious eateries like gluten free or lactose free, all these kind of different startups have come up with different needs to cater to different kinds of people. And also cloud kitchens are also becoming a thing now, even though the license, the activity is not there, but still they are operating, on
Mhm.
an operational facility they are operating. So there are also a lot of cloud kitchens right now, and also a lot of fusion cuisine restaurants are also there. Yeah.
Understood. So basically, cloud kitchen is also legal. The only thing is they have to take a restaurant
Yes.
license and they can still operate a cloud kitchen.
Yes,
Correct.
they can still operate, but the only thing is the DED has not yet made any activity as such for cloud kitchens. So I think seeing the number of establishments for cloud kitchens, I think soon there will be an activity for cloud kitchens as well.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, great.
Mhm.
All right, so you can proceed ahead as well, because I think most of the viewers have got the clarity of how to go with the restaurant business.
Yes. So that's all about what everything you need to know in regards to setting up a restaurant. So if you have any questions further, you can ask.
Right. I have a lot of questions here. I'll ask you one by one. So, in
Okay.
terms of setting up a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? Like, which is the most feasible place or a location wherein we can open a restaurant, in your perspective?
So you are asking in terms of the jurisdiction?
No, I'm asking about the location. So, which will be, so let's say I want to open up a restaurant. So, what would
Mm-hmm.
be the most suitable place wherein I can open up a restaurant in Dubai?
Okay. So this answer has this question has two possible answers. Okay. So first one is what kind of, what will you be serving? So according to that, you can go to different, areas here in Dubai. So for Indian, target Indian clients, target Indian
Mhm.
consumers, you can go to areas like Burjuman, Dubai, and these are the areas where you will mostly find Indians. Okay, and if you speak about Western or European consumers, then you will find them in areas like downtown Dubai, in JLT, or in Dubai Marina. So these are the areas where if we speak about multinationalities, so I think, like, according to your cuisine or according to what you are providing to your consumers, so accordingly you have to select one location. So the
Understood.
main thing, yeah, the main thing is like you need to, do a proper market research, a proper research of what area will be feasible for you according to your, products, your food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Understood. Understood. And also, Fiza, can I hire people in my company? So if I have a restaurant and I need workers in the restaurant,
Yes,
can I
yes.
hire them on the same license that I have?
This is a good question. So yes, you can definitely hire. So a restaurant involves a lot of manpower. You cannot operate on your own. You need chef, you need helpers. So yes, you have to issue an employment visa from your same restaurant license. So there will be an employment contract from Ministry of Human Resources generated for these workers. Okay, so
Hmm.
yes, legally you can provide visas for your employees, your staff, right? So yes, you can. And also, the number of staff, the number of visa quotas will be granted to you according to the space of your restaurant. So
Hmm.
I think you can provide more insights about that.
Right. I think 8 square per meter is the space
Yes.
for one visa quota, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the 8 square meter. That is the standard of Ministry of Human Resources. So according to this, they will grant you quotas to give visas, sponsor visas for your employees.
Okay, so I think in the starting, initially they would be getting 5 to 6 quotas on an average basis,
Yes, in
right?
the start, yes, you definitely get 5 to 6. It varies like case to case basis, but minimum 5 to 6 quotas you get. Okay, for
Mm-hmm.
like in the starting only, you cannot request for 100 quotas or 200 quotas. That is not possible. To get you started, they will grant you only 5 to 6 quotas. After this,
Mm.
once you have utilized all of these visa quotas, only then you can proceed with applying more quotas.
Got it. Got it. All right, understood. And Fiza, just one more question here.
Yeah, sure.
Can I link my restaurant to the delivery partners? For example, Kareem is there, and Noon is
Mhm.
there, and Talabat is there, and different other delivery partners are there. So can I link my restaurant to these delivery partners, and I can do the delivery in whole Dubai?
Yes, definitely you can. So there are a lot of platforms like as you named a few.
Uh-huh.
A lot of demand for food right now, especially in Dubai. So yes, you can link your restaurant to these different websites or apps, and then they will pick up your food and deliver to the consumer. So yes, you can.
Okay. And Fiza, what do you think? Like, what are the biggest challenges of running a restaurant in Dubai? Like, what are your pointers onto this?
So according to me, I would say wastage,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because for me, I personally cannot see food getting wasted. So I cannot, as a business owner, like specifically who is focusing so much, and food means so much to a business owner, right? So wastage is one of the major challenges. Apart from that, in Dubai, as you know, it is a constantly developing city, right? So high rentals, of course,
I think, yeah.
because that is a huge part of running, and apart from that, competition, I would say.
Yeah, I
So
think, yeah, I think.
some other challenges which most of the people face are licensing requirements. It is not that easy to, just get approvals from municipalities, because after a
Correct.
lot of federations only they have, elaborated and established so many requirements. So yes, meeting all the requirements also is one challenge. And then the last one I would say is staff management. It is, very difficult over here
Mm-hmm.
to, first of all, find people who are willing to work for you for long term. And then, there is something called employee loyalty. So all these,
Mm-hmm.
are the different challenges. But with
Mm-hmm.
Black Swan, we can help you find your, restaurant space. We can help you with your staff. We are also into HR and payroll services, right? So
Yeah.
we can help staff management. Competition, we cannot really help with that. Like it is up to the clients, like how creative they get with their promotions, with their to make their business stand out. But yeah, these for the challenges, yes, these are the main things I would say.
Understood. So I think the major challenges, as what you mentioned, is
Mhm.
the worst challenge is the rentals here. So I think rental is the toughest thing that a client has to face in terms of opening a restaurant. But apart from that, obviously paying to the staff, having their salaries, giving them salaries, and then there is a lot of competition here in, because Dubai has a
Exactly.
lot of restaurants and all of them are quite good. And in terms of the layout, also, as you mentioned, I think, yeah, it's very difficult to get the layout approved from the Bay municipality also. But I think with Blackstone, we can assist the customers and clients, and we can help them
Exactly.
get this sorted, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right. I think
Mhm.
this was pretty much about it. I think we have answered all of the major questions which were there asked by most of our viewers. And thank you so much, Fiza. You have been very, very informative here. I really appreciate that. All right, everyone. So thank you so much. This was the insights about setting up a restaurant or a cafeteria or a cloud kitchen in Dubai specifically. If you have any other questions, you can directly message us, and you can also check our website, which is www.blackswan.bss.com, and you can ping us, and we'll be there to help. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, one more thing, we are right now coming up with a lot of new content, and we are coming up with a lot of, podcast series, which will elaborate, which will actually help you to set up your company here in Dubai. So we range from, starting from digital marketing to travel agents to restaurants. So we have a lot of podcasts which we have already uploaded, and there are a lot of podcasts coming more. Okay, so we have launched a podcast series named The Business Blueprint, okay, which is accessible to on all social media platforms, specifically on YouTube and Spotify. So we would really appreciate if you could, take your time and, support us over there as well. So we keep coming back with content like this. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Fiza. It was really nice
Yeah,
having a conversation here.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.